People get to be born in different backgrounds because nobody has ever been given the chance to choose the kind of a life they want to live or where they want to be born. So today we got to Ruiru and got to interact with the street children, and life is not fair for all. It is sad with the stories that they give to us, and I hope that the government can do something for them. These street children enjoy a lot. For example, when you look at this young man right on your screens, it is said that when he lacks the drugs, he is mentally unstable, and they use the drugs so that they can be full. For example, when they're feeling hungry and they lack food, they have to use the drugs, and that is so sad because what is our government doing? What has the government done for such children like these ones?
Aya, kwa mtaji na mta
itwa Bazu ama Mr. Big Things Sakwa.
Aya, sasa nataka uniambie kwa nini uko street? Ulienda hapa aje hapa?
Mimi hapa nilipata yenyewe ndio kama mtaani majibu na ngori, napata mzaina maadili cheki wakaisi.
Listening to this man say that the parents were not okay at home and they were fighting so much. He says that he was dragged into his parents' problems and suffered as the victim. Later, his parents escaped from home, leaving him all alone with the younger kids, and he had to go out in the street so that he could also find for them. Some people tend to judge these kids who are in the street, not knowing what their story is or what these kids have to go through so that they can earn a living. This actually made me understand that some of the parents neglect their responsibilities to their children, and therefore the children end up in the street taking care of themselves the best way they know how.
Kwa hizo mambo tunaachiwa bado tunarudi, haina haja niende huko ni risk.
Aya, sasa nikuulize, maisha street sasa imekufunza nini?
Mimi kwanza nasema maisha street si fit hiyo design tu manze, watu wengine wanakaa sio watu street. Mtu atakubeba ufala, unaona? Anakudharau, yani anakaa si mtu wa maana. Lakini mimi ngambia watu kwa street yani usichukia mtu, yani usichukia mtu ndogo. Kila mtu sio wote tuko hivyo, nafaa tusaidiane. Hadi mtu hapa street mtu kujipata hadi sisi hapo hapa tumejipata tu. Sisi kwenda kwetu unacheka.
Na hii street naona mnakonga pamoja sana. Mimi si ni kama family.
Si ni mandugu na mambo.
One thing that I've learned from the street family or the street children is that unity is strength. They are always there for each other and they fight for each other. That is what I've learned from them. They stand for each other as a family.
Hapa na wao utachagua gani?
Kwa hiyo unaona hapa naenda nitaenda ndio, lakini hapa nitakuwa kama mimi most of the time dem yangu yote wanga kuna check mtu kama saa 2.
Na alafu ukitoka hapa saa 2 unaenda kulala wapi?
Sasa unaona sasa kibanda. Nimeonga na aso hapo saa hii.
Aso yako ni gani?
Ni hapa parking hapa.
Hii hapa parking. Ndio. Niambie sasa unataka wapi?
Sasa mimi saa hii niko kibanda, lakini sasa hivi niko changamoto na
When we interacted with this lady, she explained to us on how she sleeps outside with her 2-month-old baby. And the question was, will the baby not be exposed to the deadly diseases?
Apart from kunyonya hivi
She also explained that sometimes she lacked milk for the baby due to lack of food, and because of that they have to starve, or else she goes to the garbages to look for the leftovers to eat so that the baby can get some milk from the breasts. They also experience their monthly period like any other lady. But where do they get their pads from? Sometimes we get our pads from the well-wishers, she explained, or other times when we lack pads, we get papers from the garbages so that we can use them. She also narrated how they give birth in the street and the well-wishers come for their aid simply because they can't afford the hospital beds when the babies are born with complications, and some other times they can't stand the stigmatization that they go through in the hospital. Another thing that most of the people don't know about the street children is that you can never be stolen when they're watching, because they are always there to help everybody and to stand with everybody, because they believe that everybody is a family to them. These children in the street, some of them have their own certificate. They are educated people and people with their own big courses. Living in the street is one of the most hardest things that you will ever face in your entire life. My husband killed my own baby and justice was never served. I even took the body to the hospital for the post-mortem, but funny enough is that even the body, I did not get it back, which makes me believe sometimes that my baby is still alive, or where could my baby be? That is what she said. She continues, they could have at least given me my baby's body to go and bury it so that I could get a relief and accept what had already happened. She said that people who live in the street will never get the justice that they cry for every day. Even if they protest or do whatever they can, justice will never be heard for them. These kids still have to take their bath in the rivers, where also they share the same rivers with the boys. We asked them about the risk of them sharing the same river with the boys and how risky it can be, and if they have ever encountered any case of rape, and the answer was no, because they live as a family to protect each other.
Ukikosa kitu mwingine ako nayo anakusaidia.
She admitted that it was wrong to go to the street and not to do any other thing with her life, and she apologized to her parents that what she had done is unforgivable, but she would like them to forgive her.
Maoni ni nyingi, serikali ikichukua jukumu na sio serikali, hasa sisi wazazi. Sisi wazazi kuna kitu moja tumeachilia watoto wetu. Mtoto akikosa, although generation mko naye saa hizi hamtaki kuambiwa. Hiyo ni kitu moja, hamtaki kuambiwa, hamtaki kukatazwa, hamtaki kujifunza kitu yote. Ni mnataka mkae chini mfunzwe, yani mtafutue mkule. Kama saa hizi mmepata nini, mmepata hizi vitu kama simu, mimi nataka yani mkaa tu kwa simu, hamtaki kuchoka. Mimi shadi nataka nywele, nataka kuvaa vizuri, nataka makucha. Sasa utaki kuambiwa, na kama ungekubali kuambiwa, ufunzwe na sisi tukifunzwa na wazazi wetu, ingekuwa kitu amana sana. Kama mimi nilikuwa nagonga kama mama anigonga, yani anigonga asubuhi jioni anizike. Ndio kipoko lazima ningetandikwa na mama, mwalimu anitandike. Na hata wakati niliolewa nilipigwa na mzee. Sasa kwa hivyo nilivumilia yote.
So yote ni kuvumilia. So ni advice gani unaweza pea wazazi huko nje ambao
sasa wazazi wenyewe tuko nao saa hizi, mtu ajikakamue talent. Mtu ajikakamue kama mtoto ni kichwa ngumu, achukue tunaambie Mungu, wakati wangu Mungu nipe nguvu ya kuwalea, na ni wakati hata nao watoto waweze kusikia wazazi. Jukumu ni ya mzazi na mtoto. Sasa hivi mtoto asikie mzazi, naye mzazi asikie mtoto. Lakini siku hizi watoto ni tuko nao saa hizi, hakuna mtu wa kusikia mzazi. Hakuna mtu anaambiwa fanya kitu fulani akubali kufanya. Wakati tu kama ungeambiwa osha vyombo, katae kuosha, hiyo ilikuwa vita. Na unatandika na nyima chakula na asubuhi yake unafanya kazi. Sasa hivi hebu nyima mtoto asikizi chakula ama mchape
anatoroka.
Sasa unaona maisha sasa hizi tofauti.
Okay, sawa. Asante mama sana kwa time yako.
Ni poor parenting. Unapata wazazi washughuliki na watoto. Sasa mtoto anaamua kutoka nje mwenyewe ajishughulikie. Kitu kingine ni peer pressure. Juu unapata mtoto wa best yako kwa street, pia unataka kwenda kwa street. Kitu kama hizo. Alafu ingine nadhani ni tuseme influence ya social life. Juu watoto wengine wanaona kumbe yako sawa, acha hata mimi engage kwa vitu kama hizo. Mi relative kama huyo naweza mwambia kila kitu iko na sababu kwa dunia. Mungu kuacha usaidie mtoto mwenye ni less fortunate hakumaanisha wewe mtesa. Lakini juu wewe unamtesa, pia wewe wako in one way or another Mungu atalipa.
As we talk about human well-being, mental health is one of the key things that one should be made aware of, and we are joined by a mental expert who will enlighten us on this matter.
Mental health deals with the whole being of a person. How your mind works, how your psychological aspects of your mind operates, your emotions and your physical, like maybe everything that happens in your body affects your mental health.
Okay. So it's good to be healthy in the mind as much as the body.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about street children. We've been doing a project with street children, and now we had to bring in somebody who could explain better for us mental health. So do you think that street children and street families should be on the streets or not?
Personally, I feel like no one deserves to live on the streets. We all deserve to have a better life. We all deserve to have a family, people we can call friends and all that. So I feel like those children on the streets, or maybe families on the streets, they tend to lack a lot of things, emotional support, and they're very, very vulnerable when it comes to violence. They're at risk. So I feel like we all, both the children on the streets and us, we all deserve to have a family, and no one deserves to be on the streets.
So lack of social support. We found out that lack of social support really came up as we're speaking to these street children. So do you think, what do you think that people can do, especially people outside can do to help the street children to have a better mental health?
Okay, for me what I understand by social
and maybe
support...
you could include the youths.
Or youth?
Yes, youths and maybe other adults.
Yeah. For me, what I understand by social support is in form of people. People being there for you.
Yes.
This can be friends or not friends, as long as they start person who is there for you. So yeah, I think it is right. Most of them don't have social support, and I think the best way we as a nation, let me put it that way, because everyone has a responsibility, is maybe providing tangible support. Maybe that one, providing food for them, if it's clothes or something. And then I tend to think they also lack informational support. Maybe they're going through something, for example, the ladies, they're going through things like menstruation, they don't know who to ask. I feel like we as the citizens, we have a responsibility to that, and it is a responsibility that we need to work on. And maybe being there for them when you go there to maybe share food with them, share clothes with them, it's a moment to maybe share different things with them. Maybe things like maybe the girls doing through menstruation, to teach them and all that. So I feel like that will help them have that social support that they really look forward to.
So you mentioned that having friends that can help you out in times of need, having people that you can rely on. So we spoke to some street children and they said that their friends brought them into the streets. So what could you tell the youths that are out there, and maybe there are street children that are watching this, so what could you tell them about friends and peer pressure and stuff?
For me, I think it's about them making decisions. And I think what is the best thing to do is having friends who maybe add value in your life, right? Because a friend like that one who is leading you to the streets, I doubt if they're the right friends to have in your life. So I feel like we as the youth, we should have the right people in our lives. And we as the friends, let us maybe influence people in a positive way. And yeah, for those ones who have already been influenced and they're already there, I feel like it is never too late to find a way out of there. And I feel like the government is ready to support, although it doesn't have enough funds to maybe bring them out. But I feel like if they show they're willing to come out of that, there are people to support them. It's never too late.
So they can find support.
Yeah.
Do you know of any places, any organization that they can go and really find this support that you're talking about?
For now, maybe helpline. There may be helpline that they can call. Although I know another question will pop up, they don't have phones. Yeah, that one is another challenge that maybe we need to work on that. Maybe as the government or organizations or different donors to find another way. But what I know is that there are helplines where you can call and share about how you're feeling, and they help you to deal with your mental health, especially when you're having mental disorders. And also I feel like they should talk to the adults around them. Yeah, they should visit something like hospital and talk to maybe the nurses. They will be able to help.
Nice. So as on this social support still, what do you think that people outside there, those who look at street children as people who cannot be helped, people who are thieves and everything, some of them said that, as we spoke to them, some of them said that they're there because of circumstances. They're there because there are things that they couldn't find in their homes. So what do you think, or how do you think we could relate to them, and how people could relate to them so that they can have a common ground and at least be able to help them out?
I think for me, showing love to everyone is the best way possible to make them feel that they belong somewhere, even though they don't have that real family. But showing them love is the best thing you can ever do. And so I'll encourage people who are not maybe living on the streets or something to just show them love. We don't know the reasons why they are there. As much as some say it's due to drug abuse and all that, there are those who are neglected. Maybe they've lost their parents and now they can't take care of themselves. So that's the reason they are there.
Yeah.
So maybe showing them love and trying to understand the reason why they are there is better compared to maybe discriminating.
Okay. And their parents, actually, some of them told us that their parents, the parents who do not have, who are not able to help them. So what could you talk to parents and tell them something?
I feel like every parent has a responsibility to take care of their children. Yeah, it is a God-given responsibility, so parents should do that. But then at times, the youth tend to be stubborn, they say it. Yes. So I feel like they can use other ways of talking to them through friends, because you find that youth open up more to their peers compared to their parents. So they can use other ways of reaching out to them and know how to help them and just handle them with love and care and make sure they understand them, because youth tend to think that parents don't understand them, maybe because of the age gap. But I feel like them maybe just going a step to understand them will maybe help reduce the rate at which these youth end up in the the streets.
Okay, so what could you advise the youth as a parting shot? Advise the youth as the parents, maybe the children who are in the streets.
First of all, let me address the children in the streets. They should feel loved. There are people who still care about them. And that's the reason why the people who maybe visit them, share food with them, clothes and all that. So they should not maybe think that they don't deserve to be loved or something. Yeah? It's just circumstances, and sometimes we can't question God. Yeah, and then to the youth, I feel like they should have the right friends, because you see there are maybe causes like drug abuse that lead them on the streets, so they should have the right circle, yeah, people who are the right people for them and make the right decisions for them. For the parents, they should try to be present for their children, yeah, provide the emotional support that they need besides financial support, and make sure their well-being of their children is well catered for. Yeah, they should be responsible in short, and we as a citizen just share love to the children in the streets. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
That's all we had for you today, and I hope that you've learned something. Thank you for tuning in, and let's not judge the street family by the notions that we have. It's not their wish life placed them in the state they are in. Bye bye.